Welcome everybody to day 2 of round 1 of the 1v1 Magic tournament. I'm so excited to have our guest judge today, which is Jeremy Griffith. I'm going to first bring in our co-host for today, which is Mike Martinez. He also is the co-founder of the Magic Discord here. We've got our spreadsheet up right now, which will show our scores from yesterday. But here we've got Mike right here. How you doing, Mike?
Hello, how's it going? Ready for day 2? Let's do this.
Yeah, really excited. So we'll do a really quick recap of the scores from yesterday. Like we promised, Spidey did go back and watch the scores from yesterday that he wasn't able to see because his power went out. And he also did go back and give a score to Ben Jones because we promised that it wouldn't be fair if we only had him judge one of the competitors in that round. So the final scores were Raghav Gupta had 23 points, which was more points than Colin, who is Utopia. So Raghav Gupta won the first 1v1 competition. Mystic Sly Baba won the second 1v1 competition with a score of 24.3. Eric Stevens just barely won the third 1v1 competition with a score of 27 over Gianluca Piccin's score of 26.6, which is such a narrow margin, and Gianluca actually has the highest score of all of the people that were eliminated, so he has a chance of being our save for round 1, but we'll see how it goes at the end of the 4 days. Ben Jones, his score actually climbed even higher once Spidey gave him a score, and you can actually see that down here. He gave a score of 8 for creativity, originality, a score of 9 for entertainment level, and a score of 10 for personality. So Ben Jones's final score was 26.7, really high score. We had Philip Blessed that won his 1v1 with a score of 27.3. We had Jeffrey Lee, who had a score of 26.3, and Bavia with a score of 27.3. So congratulations to all of the people that were winners yesterday for day 1 of round 1. And now let's introduce our guest judge for today. How are you doing, Mr. Jeremy Griffith?
Hey, big guy.
Hey, big guy. Hey, big guy. He had to do it. He had to do it.
I did. I was yeah. At one point, like when they were recording a download that I did, like the guy who was recording it was like, "Okay, just do me a favor. Just when you get done with the intro, just don't end it with like, so let's get right into it. Okay, let's get into this. Let's just because he had done that so many times. So right at the end of it, I was like, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And then I broke. I laughed.
Let's go right into it. So, in the famous words of Jeremy Griffith, let's get into it, big guy. So we have our first competitors for round 1 that we will be bringing in. We're going to move into the 1v1 Magic channel right now. Let's jump in. We've all got our cameras on. And our first 2 competitors are Leah, known as Cardistrick, and we also have Supreme Dalek. His name's Joseph. So let's bring in Leah and Joseph. How's it going?
Hello.
So you two are our first competitors for the day, and now it's time for us to play our intro song. Let's get into 1v1. All right. Now, Leah, how are you feeling? You're up first today.
I am feeling very good. I'm a bit nervous, but excited as well.
I'm excited to see your routine. I'm happy that everything's working camera-wise for both of you. And let me know. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to start your time.
I think I'm ready.
All right. Leah, your time starts now.
So, basically, I have a mission for you today. And maybe you see that this is a completely normal deck of playing cards. At least you should think that. Because actually, this isn't just a deck. This is a very mysterious place, comparable with the Bermuda Triangle. Because here are families lost. So we have the kings, the queens, and the jacks. And it's your mission today to reunite the families. But let us firstly find maybe the first member. Blaze, I need your help for that. So
okay.
I go through this deck, and whenever you think that here could be one member, you just have to say stop, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Stop.
Right here?
Okay.
Okay, let's see what we got. We got the queen. That's great. The queen is one of the first members. And the special thing about the queen is when we put her face up into the deck, she immediately finds all the other queens as well. So that is a pretty good job. And we have found the queens, but we have also the kings and the jacks missing. And for this, to find the kings, we need the help of the queens. So I'll show you what I mean by that. We just need to go through this, and whenever we suspect a king, we just mark this place with the queen, just like this. Okay, I hope this was understandable. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So maybe, Jeremy, you can say stop whenever you suspect a king somewhere.
Stop.
Right here?
Yeah.
So we will mark this place with a queen, okay? So,
Okay.
and Mike, we need a third place for the third king.
Stop.
It's very near the top, okay. So
Yeah.
then we will mark this place as well. And now we need a fourth place for the fourth king, okay? So I go over this and place, maybe you can stop me this time.
Okay. Stop.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Let's see what we got. So we have here marked 2 places at the same time, but this is not a problem. So, and you agree that we were able to choose every other place in the deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's see if this works. The Queen of Clubs didn't find the Queen of King of Clubs, but this is no problem. You see it later. The King of Hearts found the King of clubs, and the Queen, the Queen of Spades found the King of Hearts, and the Queen of Diamonds found the King of Spades. So obviously they are not matches, but this is no problem, and because we even found every king and every queen except for this one. But I go back to this later. So now we have just the jacks missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have all kings and queens founded. And when I just go over these decks like this, you see that actually one card is flying in between the kings and queens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the jacks have superpowers, so they were very easy to find. So I want to show you that every king and every queen is finding a jack. So I guess that's a pretty good job, and I guess our mission is done for today because we find every because we reunited 4 families again except for one. But this sometimes happens because life can't be perfect and we can't find every family. So yeah.
Awesome.
Very good.
Great job.
Awesome.
Leah.
Very
That was
good.
a really cool routine. Awesome. Great job. Alrighty. So we're gonna jump into our little deliberation room. We're gonna talk about it. We'll give the scores, and I'll just give a quick heads up to everybody in the audience about how the scoring works, and we'll bring you right in. So everybody hold tight.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's turn our cameras back on. Alrighty. So for anybody that's in the audience and doesn't know how scoring works, we have our 3 criteria. I will just pull that up right now so you can see. We have our criteria of creativity/originality, entertainment level, and personality. We give a score up to 10 in all 3 of those categories. So, first off, I thought that was a really fun routine, and I thought that it was something that like kept me interested the whole time. So I think that like entertainment level was pretty cool.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I like the ending. The ending is the part that really stuck out to me the most when the whole deck went blank, and then the one king was in there.
Yeah.
That was an interesting twist at the end because I mean, up until that point, maybe we kind of figured out what was going to keep happening repetitively, but that was a good twist, kicker at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think the fact that it's got like a slow, deliberate build, but it doesn't happen the same way for each one. I would say the only confusing part for me was the fact that, you've got like, I realized that the ending was to not be perfect. like on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, you've got all these families reunited, right? King, queen, and thing. So I don't know. Maybe if the story was started like, okay, the king, queen, and jack, doesn't matter the color, as long as there's a king, queen, a jack.
Yeah.
Then you've got your family. But then again, she's got that blank card in there. So there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
But like you said, like because of that, I'm like, okay, tell me more. Yeah. Why
exactly. Yeah. It kept me really interested because I was like, what's gonna happen next? Especially, I mean, and it added like this suspense. But I feel like there is an element, like you were talking about, that the suspense wasn't fully relieved at the end because there was a thing of like, are they supposed to go back with their families? And I was wondering if she was going to do, instead of the jacks appearing in between, I was wondering if it was going to be some kind of change where all of the families switched around or some kind of thing, so then they ended up together. So I think it was a thing where the routine, that part was a little bit confusing,
Yeah, maybe there's just the narrative of the story just needs a little bit of polishing, and that could have just gone a long way. But yeah. Overall, though, I think it was a very entertaining performance.
Oh, definitely. And I think presentationally, if she had just emphasized the kicker a little bit more or built that up a little bit more, it was almost just like, oh, and they're all blank, and by the way, and it was just like, oh, whoa. But it was like, if she had drawn more attention to it, it would have been like, whoa, crazy and very unexpected.
Good point.
Good point. But it did kind of just, it was like, oh, by the way, and maybe she's just that good that she's just like, oh, this is casual to me. That like,
leave it there.
There were no cards in the deck. But to an audience member, that's not so casual. That's like the biggest moment. So, creativity, originality, I think I would score highly. The entertainment level, I think just because of the fact that it was a little bit confusing at certain moments, I would lower that a little bit less than the creativity, originality. Is this a plot that you guys see commonly or have seen before?
No, I can definitely say as far as like the originality and everything, I would probably grade it higher just based on like the originality and the creativity. The entertainment, I think, would come more with polish, like rubbing off some of the harsher edges of it. Like you said, like at the end, that's a really cool ending that we just sort of like, oh, and by the way, here's $1,000. Like, good night, everyone. Like exactly. It was like you could make a big deal about it. And that might be she's just that good. She can drop the mic and leave.
She just mic drops.
Yeah, right. But so as far as entertainment, I would score that a little less because of that. But as far as like originality and everything, I think she did great in terms of exploring all the different ways that you could do that.
Does anybody have their scores ready, or do you want me to go first? Up to
you. I could go first if you'd like.
Wait, just to make sure. So what the 3 categories to make sure I got them right.
So
go for it.
Creativity / originality is one category. Then the second category is entertainment level, and the third category is personality.
Perfect. Okay. All right. I got it right. I was worried. All right. Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with everything that everyone said. I'm going to score her higher in the creativity, originality department with a 9. Put that there. And then for entertainment and personality, those are both going to be 8s.
All right. I feel like for me, I would go with a 9 for the creativity, originality. I think entertainment level, because of some of the confusion and things, I'm teetering between a 7 and an 8. I think I would go a 7 for entertainment level. Personality, I think I like that it was a really unique plot, and I think that showed personality. It's tough when you're doing a performance and you can't even see your face. It's just hands. And I think that she showed a good amount of personality for the fact that it was just hands.
Right.
I'm also teetering between a 7 and 8 for that. I'm going to go with a 7 for personality.
Okay. So same thing, originality and creativity. I think that it was very original. I think it was very creative. So I'm going to score higher on that. I'm going to go like, I don't know. I'm bouncing between an 8 and a 9. Normally, like the creativity and the originality, you'd want that to be as polished as possible to like speak to the originality. So I think I'll go with an 8 on that. Okay. Entertainment, same thing. I'm sort of bouncing between a 7 and an 8. And again, I think that was mostly because I had trouble following along. Yeah, at the end of it, okay, like it makes sense, but not all the way. Almost like a Coen Brothers movie. Right?
Sorry to interrupt. It seems that one of you is getting a lot of Discord notifications, which are coming through the speakers. I don't know which one, but if you could turn off your notifications, just because I think the stream's hearing it, and I don't want it to be sounding over you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's me. Anyone know how to turn off the notification?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Enable desktop notifications.
Turn mine off as well, so we should be good.
Perfect.
There we go. There we go. Okay, we should be good. Personality, I'm going to go the highest with. I think personality deserves a 9.
Alrighty. So we have a 9
and then for entertainment level, I think that one, because I was so confused, I'd give that a 7.
Entertainment level. That's very understandable. So that gives her an average score of 24. That's a very good score. It's a very good score. All right. So we're going to bring her in, let her know some of our feedback and the score, and then we'll go back into the room for Joseph to perform. So
Perfect.
Hey, Leah.
Hello.
How's it going?
Nope.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great.
Hey, so you received a total score of 24, which is a very good score. We all thought that your highest category was your creativity and originality. Actually, Jeremy gave you more points for personality, but we all thought that you had a lot of creativity and originality. We thought that there were certain moments that that were a little bit confusing just because they weren't emphasized as much as other moments. For example, like the kicker was kind of like, oh, and by the way, all the cards are blank. Your mind is blown, but I'm not going to draw any attention to it. So we were just like, maybe she's just that good that she can mic drop and like not even draw attention to it. But so that was kind of the perspective on that. So what we thought would be something, if you wanted to, we don't know how this is going to go, if you're going to progress or not. We have to see Joseph's act. But one thought for the act would be maybe drawing more attention to some of the magic moments and clarifying some of them. So if you want to go back and watch the video of the stream, then you can check out the full feedback.
Definitely.
But yeah, really high score of 24.
Great job.
Really good.
You did very good.
Yeah, it was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
a very extensive routine, which is not easy to do, like from beginning to end, especially making that like on the fly. That's not easy. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Really good job. So we're going to all jump back into the 1v1 Magic channel, and we're going to watch Joseph's act. I'm going to bring you with us, Leah, so if you want to watch his as well, you can check it out. All righty. How you doing, Joseph?
Hey.
All righty. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah.
A little bit nervous. Are you feeling ready?
Yeah, I think so.
All righty.
All right,
So
you
just
got
give me
this.
a thumbs up when you want your timer to start. Perfect. Your time starts now.
Okay, so today I'm going to be combining two of my favorite things, magic and Rubik's Cubes. This is actually the very first Rubik's Cube I ever received, so we're going to try something pretty cool with it. Blaze, if I was here in person, I would hand this cube to you to mix up, but you're not, so I'd just like you to tell me which sides you want me to twist, and then when you feel like it's mixed up enough, just shout the word stop.
Okay, so I just shout out like the layers?
Yep.
Okay, right, up, front, right, down, left, back, front, up.
Okay, you happy with that?
That's good.
Okay, so this cube is mixed up on all 6 sides. I'm going to try something pretty amazing. I have a bag over here. The cube goes into the bag, and then with just a snap, it actually comes out solid. Now that would have been a pretty cool trick if there wasn't another cube in the bag, which there was. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to actually try something with this cube. This is the speed cube that I use most of the time. So I'm going to start mixing this up, and Blaze, whenever you want, just shout the word stop.
Okay. And Stop.
Right here, stats
Sure.
mixed up on all 6 sides.
Mhm.
There are 43 quintillion different combinations on the Rubik's Cube. What are the chances that one side would be matching? But hey, what's better than one side? That would be 2 sides. Better than 2 would be 3, 4, 5, and that is all 6 sides completely
Whoa,
matching.
That's really good.
But I let you guys down a little bit earlier. When I put the cube in the bag and took it out, you thought that something pretty insane had happened. So we're going to actually try it again, this time for real. The cube goes into the bag. You can actually see it's still mixed up. With just a snap, I'm going to take the cube out of the bag, and it's actually solved on all 6 sides in a completely empty bag.
Nice.
Now, I could just leave this cube unsolved just to annoy you, but I'm not that kind of a person, so instead we're going to try something. I'm going to start to give this cube a bit of a shake, and you're actually going to see that it starts to solve itself, and that is all 6 sides
Nice.
completely solved. Thank you.
Awesome.
Very good.
Nice.
Great
Very
job,
good.
Joseph. Alrighty, we're gonna jump into
Wow.
our deliberation room, and we'll see you in a bit. Alrighty.
Ooh, this is a toughie.
I do like me
Right?
some Rubik's cubes.
Yeah. Oh, that's with the showing off. And then it's-
Man, yeah,
they're
that was
so
really
different.
good.
They're so different in terms of like style and
Mhm.
presentation type and all
I was
of that.
afraid of this moment
Totally
because
different
I knew
style
that
fact.
yeah, we were gonna have 2 great performers, totally different ends of the spectrum of style, and now we have a complicated choice to make. So, let's just talk about his personality first. What did you guys think about his personality? Like, I thought, for me personally, I thought that he was just having a lot of fun doing what he was doing, and he seemed very comfortable. Maybe a little nervous, but as soon as he kind of tapped into his routine, it was just kind of he was going at that after that. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I think his personality was great, and I was entertained pretty much from the beginning to end. So, those are probably going to be higher scores for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think that when it comes to the originality category, there is the element of the fact that in Rubik's Cube Magic, there aren't a lot of plots in Rubik's Cube Magic, you know? So once you see the Rubik's Cube, you kind of know where it's going, you know? That it's either the instant solve or it's the matchy scrambles or some kind of variation of that. Or, you know, there's a couple others, but it's usually those kind of plots. So it's difficult to show much creativity, originality in Rubik's Cube Magic unless your presentation is really unique. One thing that I did like is that he didn't do the thing of doing a gag with the with it. I mean, he didn't do the gag of like, oh, I bet you guys think that there's another cube in the bag or whatever, and then doing it was kind of just a very blatant like, there's two cubes, and just made it a joke.
Yeah,
and just
completely
moved
different.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, to completely different cubes. They don't even look similar. Like there is no magic moment for that. Just full joke.
Yeah.
But
Right.
but then they did it made me not expect the matching scrambles to happen that immediately. I like the element of making it work really well for virtual, of having me just like shout out things for him to turn, you know, and being able to still make it feel as though I totally controlled the scramble was really nice.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's tough for me to figure out the originality level on an act like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of a limited field so far, you know, like you said, there's what, maybe 3 main plots rolling around in the Rubik's Cube magic world.
Yeah.
And as far as originality and everything, it's very, very difficult to deviate from those plots without having to do a lot of explanation.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Very true.
so there's that aspect. But then so originality and creativity, I think I'm going to give a bit of a break there, just because he's playing hard in a hard field.
Yeah.
So I think that one deserves a break, and he did it well.
Mm-hmm.
I think on entertainment, like you said, like he looked like he was in his element, which was a lot of fun. He did have a moment there where he where he stuttered and it didn't stop him, which is important. I think
Yeah.
that in and of
Agree.
itself would weigh heavy in my mind. Like if you're going to do that and then something happens and you don't have to go, oh, can we start over?
Yeah.
You just carried on like that. That earns a lot of credit in my mind. And then personality, he has such a unique personality. I don't know who he is like out the gate, but this just seemed to fit his style.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I'd grade that a bit higher as well.
I mean, all I know about his personality is that his profile picture is a Rubik's Cube, so he's very much into that.
So at least you're consistent. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's.
But I kind of want, like, I'm kind of looking forward to, like, if he does progress in this tournament, what would he do next?
Mhm.
You know, like,
Yeah.
what other tricks does he have up his sleeve? Like, I'm sure he might be more of a well-rounded magician, outside the world of Rubik's cubes and stuff like that too. So it's something to consider.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's
So I think creativity, originality. I'm between a 7 and an 8. Because because it's difficult to have the originality in that category. So I think I'm gonna go with it. But the handling that he did though for the first effect was unique. I'll say a 7 for creativity, originality. Entertainment level, I'll go definitely higher than that and go with a 9. And then for personality, probably an 8. What are you guys thinking?
I think I have my scores. So for creativity, originality, I'm gonna put that at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
For entertainment, it's probably gonna be my highest category, at a 9. And then personality, I think is gonna be an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jerry,
Yeah,
what
for
do you-
creativity and originality, it's tough to play in a tough field, but that's also a choice.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do something that you know well, but understanding that other people have come before you, that's also a choice.
Mhm.
So I feel like that one I'm going to give. And I can't do fractions, can I? It's gotta
I mean, you
That's fine.
technically you could if you want to. Up to you.
Honestly, I give it a 7.5. I think like if we were just basing it off the merits of the routine and the fact that I've seen routines like that done before, it would be a 7. But again, I got to give some leeway on the fact that you're playing hard in a hard field. So
Mhm.
yeah,
And I
7.5
think that the way he adapted it to virtual was done.
was really good.
Yeah.
The one thing, that is so much. Hand someone a Rubik's Cube and just say mix it, because everyone knows how to mix it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how to mess it up, right?
Yeah.
But having someone describe how to mess it up in a consistent way without like a guide next to you, I feel like that was really well done. Entertainment, I enjoyed that. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought, like you guys said, it seemed like he was coming out of the shell as the routine carried forward. So I think I'm going to give entertainment value a 9. Personality, again, because I don't know him, but I do know that routine. I got to see a glimpse of his personality. I think I'd probably like to see a bit more. I got to see some of the humor, and I got to see a bit of like him getting to like flex his muscles at what he's good at. But I think I would have liked to see more of like who he is.
That's true.
In terms of the pattern and everything. So I think I'll give that one an 8.
An 8. Well, your 0.5 made all of the difference because Leah got a 24. If you had given him a 7, we would have all given 7, 9, 8, and that would mean he would have had an average of 24 as well. But because you gave that 0.5, he has a 24.1, and he just slightly beat Leah.
Just barely
by the
beat. Well,
narrowest margin we've ever seen.
Yeah,
0.1?
he was
24.1
originality wise, so that's interesting.
Wow.
Very, very interesting, because she did score higher than him when it came to creativity, originality.
Yeah.
I think it was just the entertainment category when he got straight 9s that really got it for him. So we're gonna go back into that room and let them know.
Okay. All right.
You want to let them know? Mike?
Hello.
This was the closest match we've ever had, and this was the toughest one to judge. Mike, you want to let them know the scores, or do you want me to?
I don't have them written down right in front of me, so I can't see
Okay.
them.
Alrighty.
But I will just say that before you say it though, this was incredibly tough for us to judge because they were so neck and neck. You guys are both so talented at what you do, and the performances that you did were totally different style wise, right? And so that created a tough scenario. But I think yeah, it was. And I hope you guys too are able to watch the replay of the stream to hear what the judges had to say afterwards. But yeah, Blaze, go ahead.
All right. Well, we this is the closest margin we've ever had. Leah got a total score of 24, and Joseph, you got a total score of 24.1. So you, by 1/10 of a point, just slightly won this one. So congratulations, Joseph. You're moving on to the other round. I'm sorry, Leah. This was the closest one that we've ever had.
No worries.
And you did a really, really great job. This was so hard for us, and you
Point
should be really
one.
proud of, you should be
So
really
close.
proud of your performance. So
Yeah.
You both did excellent. Thank
We
you guys
really
so much for
enjoyed it.
sharing
thank you guys
those.
so
Those
much
were
for
really
sharing
good.
your magic. This was really great.
Thank you guys very much.
All right, so we're gonna put you back in the waiting room, and we will see you real soon. Here. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm just gonna check something out real quick because it says that I'm dropping frames on the stream. I just want to make sure that my internet's doing all right. There's a lot of snow, and I don't know if that's impacting things, but just want to check with everybody in chat. How is the stream quality doing? Are we dropping frames, or are we all right?